In my opinion, when I first looked at it, it was an absolute fleece, but at the end of this video, we're going to show you exactly why it makes sense for both sides. Wow, 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 did it feel good to see something come from Schefter that's actual relevant news. I get it, we have a lot of combine fun coming out right now, but we got some trade that actually matters, and that's Deebo Samuels is now part of the Washington, now watch me when I say this, Commanders. I do miss where it used to be a football team, but I also don't understand, cannot get it for life of me why they don't call themselves the Washington Hogs. It seems like the best nickname ever. I mean, who do you root for? The Hogs? I mean, it just looks like you kind of drive motorcycles, but aren't like a word like you say in South Park. Deebo Samuel got traded for a 5th round pick, but he's still top 20 in the league. So a lot of people are looking at this like, I don't understand, but don't worry. I did a little in-depth research, aka watched 2 YouTube videos and maybe read 3 articles. And by read, I mean I kind of copied and pasted them, put them in ChatGPT and said, give me the bullet points. Because what am I? A person who like has glasses and can really understand words when I read them and put them in my head? No, I'm not. Anyone who watched the Netflix show Receiver knows that Deebo Samuel, kind of a good dude. And I just like the way that he's shaped. He's just shifty out there. Number 1 is, it feels like a weird number for him, but it's just his number, right? So I'm going to respect that that's his number. And honestly, the 49ers organization, they just kind of fell apart this year. Every single football player who watched the Niners in the previous season had the same thought. Why don't we give Deebo Samuel the ball more? Plain and simple. If you're good at football, you probably want to give it to one of your best receivers, if not your best receiver. I get it, George Kittle probably is, but why weren't the Niners using Deebo? I think this team has just been off for a long time. Let's dive into the trade itself. In my opinion, when I first looked at it, it was an absolute fleece, but at the end of this video, we're going to show you exactly why it makes sense for both sides. So they traded Deebo Samuel over for a 5th round pick that I think came from the Saints, so it's just really late in the draft. And now, San Francisco, they need to rebuild, but they do have somewhat of a talented roster, so I just don't know how serious people are going to be taking them this year. And there's also just that big old question mark of Brock Purdy? What's going on here? It's kind of like when you have a brand new board game and you understand how to play it and you're like, are we really ever going to do this again? Like, are we really going to play Catan again? We're going to find out. But Commanders themselves, I think they won big in this deal. I think this is a major upgrade for their team. They needed someone to catch the ball alongside Scary Terry. And now Scary Terry, he is a down-the-field threat. I mean, they can just go ahead, bomb it to him. But they didn't really have anyone in the middle there. Sure, they had Zach Ertz, but, like, he's old. He's an old guy. I mean, he looks like he's about to sign up for AARP, but make no mistake, him and Julie Ertz, they're going to have some child who is probably going to be the next Tom Brady. So, but this actually gives Jaden Daniels another option, and what's so great about this is that Deebo is going to fit in very well with him. They only really need to get 3 to 4 yards every single pass that they had the last time. So, and we're thinking more in depth about it. Jaden Daniels, I can just see it right now. Deebo running the run side. Oh, Deebo left. Little mesh pass. Boop. Pop. Get it. Running in. So I think Deebo's versatility plays very well for this Commanders team. We're like, look, if he brought in like a Cup of DK Metcalf, sure, Cup would have been like pretty good fit. I really like Cup. But DK Metcalf, it's like, what is he really going to do? Sure, he's a down the field threat, but he's not going to be as good as Scary Terry, you know? I don't know. The Niners themselves have an up-and-coming receiving squad, right? Whenever I like dig deeper into this, I'm like, okay, the receivers are actually a little bit better than what I originally remembered. You have Ayuk, who the deal's still kind of weird, and he is on the trading block as well. Jaron Jennings, Ricky Parcell, which is just absolutely wild that the kid got shot and then was catching balls. Kind of like how Brian Thomas Jr. got shot and was catching balls. It's all just insane to me. Insane. Kind of like the first time you go to any type of science institute and you put your hand on the thing and your hair goes up. But I have a hat on so you guys can't see. Also, I'm not in a science institute. I'm in my bedroom. Look, Deebo Samuel, he's just not a great fit for this team. And I think everyone saw last year, we were just like, why aren't you using him more? I just think he doesn't fit into the scheme and style anymore. And you can also see his heart was out of it. Sure, there's injuries and that plagued him a lot, but like he was done. I think the organization was done. I think everyone's just ready to get him away from here. And now, I was wondering, really, why are you doing this for a 5th round pick? And it's also like the first one that really came out. Why do this for a first round? Why are you doing this for a 5th round pick? And it's one of the first trades that happened. The reason is if they unloaded him before March 2nd, they actually saved $5 million. So it made a lot of sense. It almost just seems like they're just cutting off just so that they can regenerate rather than, hey, let's trade and have it be like even and fair. This is kind of just getting him away to plan for the future. It's kind of like the NFL equivalent of just getting a little bit of a tax write-off, which reminds me, I got to get my taxes in. Overall, I just think the Niners are just done with Deebo Samuel. I think Deebo Samuel's done with the Niners. And now I think it's better for both teams, right? Niners saved a bunch of money. And then on the other hand, the Commanders got Deebo Samuels. There was some other landing spots for him that could have worked as well. Steelers and the Texans. So this could have been good landing spots, but I really truly think that the Commanders is the best one for them as well. So to wrap this whole thing up, at first I was like, this is an absolute fleecing by the Commanders, and as an Eagles fan, wasn't the happiest about it. Once you're digging deeper, like, it does make sense for San Francisco as well. They weren't really using Deebo. He wasn't really part of the scheme within this new year. He's just injury prone. His heart wasn't in it. So I think they just wanted to cut him off, save a bunch of money. So it's a win for San Francisco. And then the Commanders, on the other hand, you get a revived Deebo, refresh, and you get another weapon alongside Scary Terry for Jaden Daniels, who fits very, very well into the scheme. So look, this worked out for both people. The Commanders won this trade, but San Francisco did as well. Good, clean fun. Good, clean fun. And let me know in the comments if you want more of these videos. Quick, dirty. This is the NFL update for the offseason that you need to know.